All right, here are some details for the bottom of the airplane, starting at the nose. That's where the battery goes. You can see all the exposed hydraulic stuff in there. Side pieces, ESC connector, here's the servo and the standoff, and the connector to the aileron. ESC goes back to the motor, just sitting in there. On the other side, I've got the receiver, 2 servos. The elevator has a push rod, the rudder has pull-pull going back. I'm going to install the battery. I'm using a 1350. The way this sits in here, it's hard to do with one hand, but it goes through the fuselage and just sort of has a nice friction fit in there like that. And then you connect it up. I have the airplane propped up here so I can show you the way the servos work. The rudder servo is pull-pull. And here you can see it moving back and forth. Elevator servo, this is all I use for typical flying. It doesn't need to move a lot. Aileron is up here. You can see that doesn't move a whole lot either. This is my flying setting on this airplane. I also have flaps. That's takeoff position. That's landing position. And in the landing position, of course, they're actually flaperons. They still work. But with the flaps up, that's all I need for flying. It's a very sensitive airplane, so maybe 1/4 inch each way. Here's the tail. I want you to see the throw of the elevator. That's full up. Full down is to the stop. Like that. Typical flying, I'm flying like this, so it's a little more than the ailerons, but then of course the rudder. It just needs a little rudder. It actually is very sensitive and it does help in the turns. It's important for this plane to have a working rudder to coordinate the turns. Here's a view of the top of the plane. You can see the ailerons moving again. That's full throw, which I usually don't use unless I'm rolling. Typical flying at high speed, you're just up and down like that. I also wanted to show you the camber of the wing. The leading edges droop slightly, and the wing has a curve to it, which is subtle, but that creates lift. And the wings have anhedral, which they're both canted downwards. And the front of the plane has these side pieces that go all the way up, which provide lift, and that's why the center of gravity on this plane is so much far forward than you might think it should be. All right. Tip tanks. Here's the tail view. All right, here's a little sequence. I'm going to show how the flaps work. That's first position. That's the second position. And if you look at the elevator, you'll see that I'm going to put the flaps back up. You'll see the elevator move. So when I put the flaps down, the elevator goes up. When I put the flaps up, the elevator goes back down to the normal position. Here's left and right. Here's left and right. You can see there isn't a lot of throw, but this is more than enough. And if you look, you can see the rudder moving with the ailerons because I have it mixed in. This plane needs a rudder to be coordinated with the turns. Okay. Orientation. Are you taping?
Yep.
Oh, it's too windy for it. It's doing all right though. trim it. It's okay. A little tough fighting the wind, you know. I think we should try again when the wind dies down. Okay. If I can land it without having any issues here.
Watch that sun, it sneaks up on you.
There we go. Nice and smooth. Yeah, I'll bring it in a little bit of a high-speed pass.
Lost you in the sun there for a second.
Yeah. This is top speed. At least I'm not fighting it anymore. Nice and smooth air. I'll throttle back a little bit. So this is half power. Hard to see when it's down low, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to let it get too far away. Let's try a roll here. A slow roll. I had the ailerons dialed down to 50% because it is kind of sensitive. Try the dreaded stall. There it goes. Just rears back by itself. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try to bring it in from the right for landing. Land in the trees. I got full flaps out, so it should slow down and glide nicely in. All right. Nice plop landing.